Okay then. All right. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Let me first start by appreciating my boss. I'm also excited. He's my boss. He's been my mentor since 2020. It's been an amazing ride being his mentee. I've truly learned a whole lot of things from him. He's an author of two books: Start Your Future, How to Build Anything from the Ground Up, right? And he just recently launched a book this year, In Tune, how to connect to whoever it is you want to connect to. That book will really give you a guide on how to be able to connect with book. I truly celebrate you, sir. I'm very much grateful. Thank you for this privilege to speak at Wex today. I'm very much grateful. I've played a very huge role in my life, and I'm very much grateful for that. I don't take it for granted. And to the entire Wex team, I'm very much grateful for the opportunity, for all of you that have put in so much to pull this together. We're having this, I believe it's going to be an amazing ride. For those of us that are live and people that are watching later on, I believe there will be so much you will get to learn. So get your notepads ready and you get ready to write. This will truly be of great help to us. So we'll be talking about maximizing scholarship opportunities, how to spot and expand scholarship opportunities as an Nigerian undergraduate who has truly recently, especially this year, most federal universities, state universities, or even private universities, we have seen a hike in school fees increment. We have truly seen a hike in school fees increment. And then how do students cope? There's fuel subsidy has been removed. A whole lot of things happening to the economy. And if you are a student, you truly witness and see that it's actually not easy for students coping in school. So, but then there's multiple scholarships, there's multiple opportunities you stand to benefit as an undergraduate. One of it is scholarship. Some people have internship opportunities, fellowships, and so on. But I'll be majoring on scholarship opportunities today. So let's get right into it. Okay, to start with, who is Degold? Who is Degold? Degold is the son of a king. I believe I'm not just like any random person. I believe I was sent by a king to this earth to fulfill an assignment and to make an impact in the lives of people. This museum is one of which I'm making an impact, reaching out to people, reaching out to students, and to be able to make an impact in their lives and cause a change on the earth to world. We're not going to leave the world the way we met it. We're really going to transform the world and make it a better place. So yes, and I'm a 400 level mechanical engineering student of Federal University of Technology, Mina. I'm currently doing my internship at Lafarge Holcim for a 6 month period. I'm also a media expert, major in design and major in video editing and all of that. So I'm a media expert. I'm from Gombe State, Nigeria. And by God's grace, I'm a beneficiary of 5 different scholarships, as you can see on the screen. I'm a beneficiary of PTDF, Petroleum Trust Development Fund, Federal Scholarship Board, Total Energies, Shell, and AGBAM. These are all scholarships I've been privileged to be a beneficiary of as an undergraduate. So I'll be taking you through my story and how I've been able to get access to all of these scholarships. So what we'll be looking at today, our content for today, we won't be able to consume everything today. By tomorrow we'll look at the remaining, but for today we'll look at how to access scholarships, things you need while applying for scholarships, and by tomorrow we'll look at keys to securing a scholarship. So without much waste of time, how do we access scholarships? How do we access scholarships? First of all is be interested first. Be interested. When you first show interest, it gives you an edge to accessing scholarships. If you are not interested at first, it won't even make you it won't make you to go an extra mile to look for opportunities. How can I get access to scholarship? Well, at least I want to congratulate every give yourself a thumbs up, or if you can clap for yourself wherever you are watching, and say at least you have shown interest for you to be watching this. You have shown interest that okay, I truly want to get scholarship, and that's what I'm looking for, materials like this that will truly be of great help to me. So yes, first of all is that be interested first. Show the interest that okay, I want to get access to scholarship. I want to get things that will give me ease and an easy journey through my academic journey on campus. And the second thing I'm looking at is be part of a scholarship community. Be part of a scholarship community. It could be a WhatsApp group. It could have friends who are also interested in getting scholarship. So be part of the school. Mostly you work with scholar and there are WhatsApp group, Telegram groups, or email. I'll come to talking about the emails later on. So be part of the scholarship community. Like in my school, we have a community. How let me just share this story here. I think in my 100 level, where when I went on campus, one of my senior friends, he was someone that's really played a huge role in helping me secure scholarship, Mr. Samuel Ogidi. Then he was in 300 level. He came to our class to talk about a particular scholarship that was ongoing at the moment. So from there, we got to build a relationship with him. He had a community of a WhatsApp group back then, which we still have, which we still hold on today. We still share scholarship opportunities. So he had a scholarship group. So he had a scholarship group, yeah. So he gave us tips and ideas on how we can be able to go about securing scholarship. So it truly played a very huge role in helping me secure scholarship. And that's one of the things I've come to talk about later, mentorship, very keen and important. So be part of the community. And also in my own cycle, there's one of my friends here, Joel. He's on the Joel. We have friends that have he's also a beneficiary of scholarship. I think I'm not just the one that is beneficiary of five different scholarships. I know other guys in my school that are beneficiary of multiple different scholarships. So they have people like this are in your cycle, because if you truly have them in your cycle, it will definitely rub off on you. Who you follow determines what follows you, right? So if you come on, if you have a friend that has scholarship, somehow, to get access to one or two. At least I know so most of the guys around me have at least a scholarship to their name, right? So have friends who are interested in getting scholarship opportunities, and also subscribe to newsletters. So I made a list of something like scholarship vision here. We have myschool.ng. We have Scholastica. Scholastica is very, very, very keen. I think one of my scholarship share I got share through Scholastica. So if you are here, do well to just check on Scholastica on Google. You to pop up and then just create an account, and every other thing you need will be there. So just do well to check on Scholastica and create an account with them. They give you scholarship opportunities and give you access to scholarships. So yeah, so these are some of the things you need to know how enable to be able to access a scholarship. Be interested first, be part of the scholarship community, and then subscribe to some of these newsletters that. And then we're in the 21st century, things are very much easy. So you have access to the internet. So you just get access to the internet and check, okay, undergraduate scholarships for Nigeria, or even for outside Nigeria. This is a global, this web is global. So people will also be following from across the world. So not just limited to Nigeria, but also across the world. Just check for scholarships that are related to your country or your course of study. There is a scholarship for everybody. That's something I truly believe. There's a scholarship for everybody. And maybe I'll get to share testimonies of some people that is like all hope was lost, but eventually they got scholarship. I know somebody in his 500 level second semester, he got a scholarship in his final semester in the university. That was when he got a scholarship, and it went a long way in helping him to finish his project and other things he needed to do. So a lot of things you start to benefit. So take note of these three things. Please make sure you're writing your notes. You're taking note of this. Be interested first, be part of the scholarship community, and then subscribe to newsletters. So the next thing we'll be looking at is things. The next thing we'll be looking at is things you need while applying for scholarships. This is very, 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 very important. Things have your documents available. This issue of documents can't be oversized. I made mention of your documents should be uploaded on the cloud storage and labeled appropriately. You are like made a mention, as you can see on your screen, admission letter, JAM result, SSC result, indigent letter, birth certificate, annual statement of results. Yes, let me make a comment about annual statement of results. Don't wait till there's a scholarship opportunity before you go to get your results from the department. At the end of once your result is out at the end of the semester or at the end of the session, please go ahead and get a copy of your result. It's very important. So because sometimes it takes a whole lot of time before you get access to your result. So even just prepare ahead of time. Once your result is out, go ahead and request on it from your department so that once there's any opportunity, you go ahead and just apply. Let me just give an instance of how I arrange my documents on Google Drive. I make use of Google Drive very well. Let me check. Let me show you my Drive. I believe everybody has a Gmail account. So once you have a Gmail account, you have access to. I have a folder for my documents. So you can see everything is well labeled here. My 100 level transcript, 200 level coursework, 200 level school fee receipt, 200 level coursework, 200 level results, my admission letter, birth certificate, primary school certificate, declaration letter. All my documents are labeled appropriately. So I will recommend that you do this because especially put it on Drive, put it on or any cloud storage or on your email because most times you could lose your phone, something can happen and all of that, and you can't have access to some of this. But it's very, very safe when it's on a cloud storage. So I would highly recommend that. So take notes. Number one thing that we're applying for scholarships is have your documents readily available. The next thing is essay writing. Some scholarships will require to write an essay on a particular topic. Well, for people that are studying law or any arts related course, this wouldn't be so much of a challenge to them because they are already, this is what they do in school. Well, you could be maybe a medical student or maybe an engineering or math student, and then you have nothing to do with essay writing. Are we together, sir? Let me just confirm. Are we all together on the call? So I'm not just talking to myself. All right. So essay writing. All right. Thank you very much, sir, for the feedback. So some scholarships required to write an essay. So be very much open to have writing essays. So they get to be expectant to write that some scholarship, not all though, not all scholarships, but every scholarship some will require to write an essay. So something should take note of. The next thing I'll be talking about is ensure you read through the requirements before applying. Usually like the boring part, especially on Scholastica. Scholastica have like a plenty list of requirements for whatever scholarship is on their platform. So, but do well. Our advice is that do well to read these requirements before applying. Most scholarships have terms and conditions. So get to know the terms and conditions. Know if your course of study is eligible for this particular scholarship. Like for instance, now let me just go back to the first page here. The scholarship the scholarships on like for PTDF is only for federal universities. If you're in a private university or in a state government university, it's not for you. But for federal scholarship board, it's for every and PTDF is limited to just professional courses. But for federal scholarship board, it's open to everybody, whatever course you're studying, whatever university you are, it's open to you. The same thing with Total, the same thing with Shell. But for Agbami is only limited to medical and engineering students. Just so when you read their terms and conditions, you know which one is for you. So it's very important to take note of these things, right? So ensure you read through the requirements before applying. So what required CGPA is used for this? Which level is it open to? Is it for 100 level? Is it for 200 level? Is it for 300 level? All of these particular scholarships have, like for MTN Foundation is just for only 300 level and it's for everybody. And I think their benchmark is your CGPA should have on a 5-point scale, you have a minimum of 3.5. So get some like for PTDF, their benchmark is a 3.0, and some will be up to for federal government is a 4.0 on a 5-point scale. So get to know all of these things before applying for a scholarship. Ensure you read through the requirements before applying. And then the fourth thing I'll be talking about is things you need while applying. Okay, number four is after applying, do well to save your application details where you can access easily. Once again, I will recommend Google Drive or you print a hard copy of it. Now, let me give you a story. I applied for federal government scholarship in 2020 towards the end of COVID. So usually, I think when you apply, they will give you a copy of your documents carrying your details of application, right? So we didn't hear from them until 2022, and I had changed my phone within that period. My phone actually got bad, so I lost everything that phone, and I didn't print my application document. And they were inviting us to come and write the exam in 2022. After almost 2 years, I had lost my application details. How will I be able to now go and write this exam? Well, now that's the beauty of having a scholarship community. I'm part of the scholarship group that somebody, I don't know from where the person just got the list of everybody that applied for it with their application details. And that was how I was able to get my application number. I think was it 2 or 3 days to the exams. And then boom, I went and wrote my exams and then I got awarded later on, and then today it's history, right? So please do well to keep your access these documents after applying where you can access them in case your phone might get missing or something might happen. Get it somewhere. You just have it somewhere safe. Have it somewhere safe, right? So please thank God for me. At least somehow I was able to navigate my way out of it. Even though that was how I would have missed out on federal government scholarship, but then thank God the way came through, right? So please do well to save your application details where you can access easily, where you can access easily, right? So we'll be looking at from tomorrow, we'll look at keys to securing scholarships. Keys to securing scholarship. That will be from tomorrow. Well, let me just go over some of the things I have spoken earlier on, and then I'll give you some other tips that you need. Practical experience now. I'm on 5 different scholarships. I'm going to tell you of how my journey and experience has been, right? So our topic is maximizing scholarship opportunities. I've introduced myself. I'm Degold David. I'm a 400 level mechanical engineering student of Federal University of Technology, Niger State, Nigeria. I'm also a media expert. I have a media firm. I'm from the state Nigeria, benefit of 5 different scholarships as you can see on your screen. So we spoke about how to access scholarships. We made mention of being interested in it first. If you don't show interest, how would you even want to go around looking for it? So be part of the scholarship community and then subscribe to newsletters. The internet is there common. We all have access to the internet in our generation. So make the very best use of it and get access to all of these things. So things you need while applying for scholarship, have your documents available where you can easily access them. And the beauty of Google Drive, why I highly recommend Google Drive don't really cloud storage, there are other cloud storage tools. That even when sometimes when you're applying, there's an option whereby you can just upload directly from Drive. So you don't even start looking for it where the file is on your phone. If you have arranged it just where I showed you earlier on, where I did my own, you can easily access your documents that way whenever you're applying for scholarships. And then number two, we made mention of get ready to write thesis. You tell us about yourself, or they'll give you a particular topic. How do you see Nigeria in the next 10 years? Do you still believe that Nigeria will be a great nation and all of those things? I think let me just share a story at this point. I had a story of a guy. He was given a scholarship to go study abroad. So usually, for some of the scholarship, we required to do physical interviews, especially for postgraduates. Undergraduates, it's usually just exams. They rarely do interviews. But for postgraduates, you usually do interviews, physical interviews. But now especially sometimes it's virtual also. So the guy was asked was because it was the country's government that gave the scholarship to him. So he was asked about what was his belief for his country, and he was like he just showed his dissatisfaction and was like, there is no hope for this country. There is nothing good that's going to come up from this country. So even he himself doesn't believe that he can change to things that are happening in the country. And then somehow that was how he lost the scholarship. And then come on. So these are things that you look out for while in history writing. So I have a belief. I'm someone that strongly believes in Nigeria. I believe uh, that Africa is a rising continent. You have the world has so looked down on Africa, but then we're changing things right from our localities. So I believe things we are. This is Wex Global, the leading corporate voice, right? So starting from Africa, right, and then we're making impact on a global level. So we as Africans need to arise. Meanwhile, that's just a bonus tip. So let's continue. Ensure you read ensure you read through the requirements before applying. Most of them have terms and conditions. So ensure you read through these terms and conditions before applying. I know if my course is eligible, my course of study is eligible. Do I have the required CGPA? My level of study, is it open to me and all of that. So after applying, do well to save your application details where you can easily access, in case of any issue you can easily access them. Because sometimes I think so my scholarships like that. I told you federal government scholarship. We applied in late 2020. They reached out to us in February 2022, almost close to 2 years. Most people have forgotten. And also the same thing with PTDF. PTDF we applied in 2021, yes, August 2021. They reached out to us February this year, like almost after 2 years. So sometimes that's some of the downsides to some of the scholarships. So you might apply and then they'll forget. After a long time, they'll now reach out to you, and that's why you must keep your application details very this thing where you can easily access them, and also be part of the community, because sometimes you'll have forgotten, but at least if you are part of the community, if someone receives a message or something, it will give you a hint, it will give you at least you get to know something that's happening. Like when PTDF got awarded, I was in the hostel, and then one of my cousins just came. I was like, guy, PTDF has awarded, check your portal. He saw it before me now, and that was why I just went and checked my portal. And so I was awarded. That was like a moment of joy. I was writing exams, just a moment whereby you are good and all of that. But then you now receive this kind of news that you have gotten a scholarship, the joy and excitement it's gives to you, right? So 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 these are some of the things you start to benefit from scholarship. So my scholarship journey didn't start in the university. It started right from secondary school. I attended Evangel College in Kobe State, Nigeria. So and then in my SS1, my school organized the scholarship exams, and the funny thing, I was not even a student of that school then. I came from another. They made it open to students from all across the state then. So I applied, and then I was the only student that was not from the school that got awarded. And then the funny thing was that I didn't just get got awarded. They usually give 5 slots to the first 5 places. I was not just the only student not from the school that got awarded, but I also took first place in my own class, and that was like crazy. And that was the beginning of my scholarship journey. It was a full-time scholarship through my SS. It's for an academic session. So my SS1, you apply at the end of every session. So got full scholarship my SS1, got another one in my SS2. Then in my SS3, I think my SS3 it was not full, it was part scholarship I got. So I saw the ease and the joy and the excitement it gave my parents, but they didn't have to bother about paying school fees now. They just needed to sort out one or two things that we need to get going to school. So I made up my mind that okay, going to the university, I must get a scholarship. Get a scholarship. So I can remember I created my scholastic account when I was in SS3. It was not when I came to the university. I believe I can see some people on this call who are not yet in university. So please do well to do that. I created my scholastic account while I was in SS3. Was it SS3 or SS3? I can't even remember. I didn't. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I think I was SS2, SS3 thereabout. So I didn't even have some of the details they were asking, like things like admission letters. I didn't have. things like NIN. I didn't think I had my national identity number back then. But then I created the ones that the information I had, things like your WAEC result and all of this. I wasn't necessarily, I had not written WAEC. So where will I get all of this? But then I created an account later on when I got admitted, when I wrote my O-level exams, I uploaded those other things later on. And I think just on Scholastica, that's something I also want to talk about. Keep on applying. I think in my life, I've applied nothing less than 15 or 20 scholarships, and I've gotten like five, right? So you just it's there's this thing where we're taught in mathematics probability. The more you apply, the more chances you get, right? So it's the same principle here. So don't just apply one and then expect that this one this one will come. I'll talk about belief tomorrow. That's one of the keys to accessing scholarship. One of the things I strongly believe is whenever I apply for a scholarship, the mistake they make is let me just apply. That's the mistake. Once I apply, it's a done deal for me. So that's the power of belief. That's something we talk about in our next session, right? So I created my scholarship account right while I was in SS3. So I told you I shared my story of how right from secondary school. So I saw the exam, gave my parents and decided coming to the university, I will make this happen. So I'll sure make this happen. And then today, by God's grace, five different scholarships. And for maybe I don't know, I don't want for security reasons, I don't want to talk about the figures involved. But then it's a whole lot, it's a whole lot of it's a whole lot of money, right? I believe that's why we're here. We want the money, we want the ease, right? So it's a whole lot of money. Some of them pay 100, some of them 150, some pay as much as 600, some pay as much as over a million naira. It's amazing from just scholarships, right? So there's so much to benefit from it. So be open to it, and please don't miss out tomorrow. Don't miss out the next session. So that's what I want to say. So there's so much to start to benefit and from this scholarship opportunities. So be open-minded to it. I was on a trip recently, so I met someone. So we got talking, and he found out I was a beneficiary of scholarship. And I think one of the things that he said that affected him was that he didn't believe that people actually get these things. He just believe it's part of those Nigerian scam things and all of that. Scam is a word we use in Nigeria for people that be watching outside of Nigeria, right? So he believed that this is just for formality's sake to do now. So he didn't actually believe that people actually get this thing. So he was now surprised that when he now saw that I'm actually a beneficiary of of some of these things, and it was amazing for him. And that's basically what someone needs, just to see that okay, this person is already a beneficiary. And for me, I think I've truly seen that in my cycle, at least okay, they know that they have a pointer that okay, I know this person is a scholar, and then okay, I believe okay, this is true, this is not one of those things, this is not one of those things. So that's what some students also need. So I believe you have seen me today. I've shared my experience, and I know I can see some of my friends that are on this call that are also beneficiary of scholarship, right? So there's a whole lot. So be open to it. That's what I'll say. So be very much open minded.